Just to recap last week, I took my sewing machine from California to New York, where I saw Simplicity HQ, Mood Fabrics, went thrifting, and made a skirt and a dress on the beach. So I am in Connecticut this week. I'm at Lucas's parents' house, and this is the room that his mom does yoga in. It also has a pull-out bed, so when other siblings are in town, they can sleep in here and it kind of houses everybody. But today, it's my sewing studio. Because I accidentally brought the shortest cord that I had for my machine, it's my Wingspan, and it was kind of an ordeal setting things up. But the view was magical. I mean, look at this little chipmunk drinking water from the rocks. It's adorable. Because it's been a while since I've made something, I'm going to thrift flip a dress that I picked up in New York last week. It's definitely from the 80s. They had a ton at the shop we went to. And I thought the skirt detail on this one was so cool and the print was beautiful. First things first, we're gonna cut the top from the skirt. This was a pretty easy separation because there was no lining involved. And once that was done, it was time to take in the side seams by about 2 inches. Because now that the top wasn't holding everything up, it did seem a little bit bigger. And apparently it was exhausting, but that seemed like the right amount because it fit nicely after that. Okay, so this is the top put on backwards with the sleeves rolled all the way up and the front tied, just so I can get an idea of what this vibe would look like. And I think I liked it, so I decided to go for it. And the first step to that was taking the lace, the lining, the shoulder pads, and the buttons off of the top, which left me with a blank canvas that I was able to cut into kind of triangle shapes going towards the center of the bust, which leaves me with this. Overall, I do like the shape, but it is way too large. So the next step is to take it all in and hem the edges, because honestly, it is starting to kind of give the vibe of my inspo picture. Then I took the leftover scrap fabric and cut long strips, sewed them up right sides together, trimmed the excess fabric, turned them right side out, and used those straps to tie the front together. The only thing that's left to do is put the sleeves back on, but first I'm gonna have a coffee break outside because Lucas made me a latte. But then it was time to shuck corn for dinner, and I feel like I gotta say, I am a corn girl. I love corn. I actually did not get to sewing the sleeves back on because we went to the grocery store that had the cutest little train, might I add, going around the entire store. They also had this creepy fruit pig cow.
And so this is now Lucas, Brandy's boyfriend. And so we went to this little hole in the wall at a little thrift store with tons of cute stuff and like cute pants and things for like $1. They had these super cute little mugs. We actually ended up getting these mugs instead, which we love because we have this new espresso machine. And then this is Brandy having a bit of a panic attack and cutting her bangs. You know how that is. And then we left. We went to, this is us heading to Vermont. Did I like how I did it?
Yeah, it was a good job. Now, I had never been to Vermont before, but everybody told me that I was going to love it. So I was very excited. Look how cute this is, Lover's Lane. The drive was around 5 hours, and I thought, hey, I want to drive, but immediately decided that I hated it, and Lucas took over. Which I very much preferred because there was a ton to look at, and it was all beautiful. All of it. Every single part. Beautiful. Like, let me tell you, things are not this green in California, okay? And as someone that grew up in California, it is very fun to have a change of scenery. That being said, I do love LA. I love where I live, but they were not lying when they said I would love Vermont. This cabin was so cool. The way the light came in through the windows, beautiful. The only unfortunate thing that happened is we did leave the groceries that we went grocery shopping for beforehand for Vermont. So we had to stop at a local grocery store that was adorable, of course, as always in the East Coast, but very small. So we had a lot of waffles. Not that they weren't amazing. Whoa. It's beautiful. But when you've had them for breakfast and lunch and dinner for a full day, you're kind of sick of waffles. But we should take a moment for the blueberry sauce because it is always so good. And if you have waffles often, you should be having blueberry sauce with them. The next day, we went on a hike, which we needed after all those waffles. And it was honestly just really nice to have some solid outdoor time that wasn't in a suburban area or in the city. The air is just, it's different. Even compared to the hikes in LA that are usually just dirt roads, this one ends in a river. Like, come on, look at it. It's beautiful. After our first physical activity in weeks, we decided to go home because we were exhausted. And we spent the night doing one of my favorite things, arts and crafts. I made this pickle. And somehow after this, I still have more footage because we still went to way more places. The next stop is New York, so I will potentially be making another video of this trip. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's gonna be good.